Okay, it's up, it's stable. My giant loop squalo. Gosh, you can't even see it. My flashlight here. There we go. So that's fully collapsed. That's a 10-foot piece of PVC electrical conduit, and it's got it's a 2-inch, and it's got an 1.5 inches inside it and a 1-inch inside of that, and there's a series of reducers on there that make the inside diameter of the reducer fit a lot more snug with the outside diameter of the next size pipe. So it's actually pretty nicely, I'm pretty happy with it. So I should be able to get like 28 feet out of them. And then I'll put a pin, drill a hole through and stick a 1/4 bolt through to kind of pin it in place 6 inches down from each bottom. Anyway, so that's, what is that? That's 1/4 inch nylon rope. It's measured, it's 50-foot ropes, and I used up about 2 feet at either end to tie off a knot and make a good way to loop it through some carabiners, some stainless carabiners that I got. It's 50-foot rope, and it was done to be about 46 feet long, and that would be a good measurement to do a 40-meter loop. And because I can't fit that in my backyard, I've halved each of them, looped them down and then back on themselves to make each one 22.5. I actually originally measured out 22.5 on the ground and put these little fiberglass stakes down, and I had even done a cool paracord measuring rope here, where I tied a knot at the end and stuck that around the first randomly placed stake, and then I went 22.5 feet out parallel to my house for convenience, and I made another knot, put a stake through that, and then a little quick Pythagorean theorem told me about 51 feet was diagonal to make a square all the way across to the far corner. So I tied a knot there and put a stake down after I made one more 22.5 footer to come back and make a full right triangle, because you can't tell exactly where the third leg should be unless you follow it up with another 22.5 that'll come back to your original point. So I did that. It may be hard to explain, maybe I'll draw it later, but it worked. It was brilliant. I just reversed it to get the other corner, and then as I often did in mathematics class, I checked myself by reversing the whole thing over the other axis, and indeed it was like within an inch on all 4 corners. I was really stoked. Maybe a little bit of stretching in the 550 cord, because that's all I'm using, but it came out to be pretty good. I got a nice 22.5 foot square. But then as I put up my masts eventually, now that things are stable, everything's a little canted. It's not quite 22.5 square, and that's could be due to knotting inconsistencies. I didn't really measure those knots when I did them in the 22.5/46, 45, whatever foot ropes. But it's up now. I've got guy wires here. Where am I? Can't see it. There we go. Got guy wires here. These are 3-foot steel bar rod things, so they're down about 2.5 feet into the ground. And I got these little Cam Jam XT sort of easy tighten doodads here. $8 a piece, but man, they sure make this make it possible to do this with one person. It's still tough as hell, but you can do it with one person. I tried buckets of water. I thought that might be just enough to offset, keep things kind of up, but I don't know, I need to go back to physics class for that, because that was an idiot move. That was never going to work. Dumped over 2 buckets before I gave up on that. But anyway, yeah, so it's up, and it is very stable. I am ready to consider going up higher. Quick view of the screen tent in the middle. This would be the operating station. I've got a folding table and a folding table stool. And in my trunk, a couple of rechargeable Cat branded lights from Home Depot, Lowe's, I forget. And it makes a nice camp. Anyway, I'll get back to you with some more later.